Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. A bit of breaking news for you, and it's nothing to do with the sale. Mason Mount bid has officially gone in from Manchester United, and it's been rejected. £40 million Manchester United have apparently bid. This is coming in from the Telegraph. It's coming in from Fabrizio Romano. We knew there was going to be a bid for Manchester United. We know that Mason Mount wants to join Manchester United, and we know that effectively Chelsea probably are going to have to do a deal. But there's two schools of thoughts on this. Some people are saying, oh, it's the same old United. They couldn't negotiate themselves out of a wet paper bag. Other people are saying, I quite like this. I quite like this new approach of going in low and trying to get a bargain. The problem is we don't have time. The Goldbridge view is that we don't have time for this. How many weeks ago did we know we wanted Mason Mount? 2 or 3? And the bid's just gone in now for 40. How many more weeks? Oh, 45. We want 60, 55. Friends, I don't think we've got time for this sort of stuff, is my point. And I'm like, why has that bid not gone in 2 weeks ago? Why are we waiting till now? You don't have to wait till the official transfer deadline, the official transfer window opens, and it feels like Man United are not getting the memo. But if the first bid's 40, you wouldn't expect United to be going north of 55. And I did say last week that if they can get Mount for anything less than 55, it is a good deal. So we could be on the road to a good deal here. It's not really in Chelsea's interest to keep negotiating when Mason Mount wants to go. Kovacic wants to go. Havertz might be going to Arsenal. So Chelsea have got an opportunity to just start cashing in and then making some moves themselves. So look, it may be that this actually works out absolutely fine. £40 million is ridiculous. I mean, there's some people on social media going, well, what do you expect? He's only got a year left on his contract. Eden Hazard had a year left on his contract and he went for 100 million. David Raya has got a year left on his contract and he's going for about 30 million. So look, I think Mason Mount's worth more than 40 million. He's 24. He's twice Chelsea Player of the Year. He's won things, I think some people just think, he's Gareth Southgate's stepson. He's not. He's actually a good player. So we're not going to get him for 40 million. It's a very, very low offer. I just hope that we're going to move quickly on this one and it's not going to be, we could almost go the other way, couldn't we? Where traditionally we'll negotiate for weeks and weeks and weeks and pay a stupid price like 80 million for Harry Maguire. Are we now going to do weeks and weeks of low offers and ultimately we still end up paying what they want? I think in the end we will get him, and I think at the end we'll get him for a good price, but I would like to see some speed and efficiency on this. We've got a lot of other deals to do. Although, on the other hand, you could say, well, you could take most of June negotiating for Mason Mount because Rabiot's going to come in the start of July on a free. Kim Min-jae will come in July because ultimately that's when his release clause kicks in. You've got two midfielders, you've got a centre-back, you just need to get your striker in. So, which we expect Rasmus Højlund anyway. So you could say that those 4 signings could be pretty much, you have got a couple of weeks to work on the Mount deal. But it's not just about incomings, is it? It's about the outgoings. I mean, what are we doing on those? I think, I presume, because I was in the dentist at this point, that Beth on the show this morning fed in the information that I have, that Manchester United at the moment are not holding talks on David De Gea's future or Harry Maguire's future because David De Gea's on holiday, Harry Maguire's in England camp, and there is a rumour going around that Erik ten Hag's on holiday at the moment. So there is no conversations going on about, there's no imminent decision coming in from David De Gea about whether he's staying, and there's certainly no imminent decision that Harry Maguire's going or anything like that. So again, United, in fairness, may have their hands tied up on a few things at the moment. They can't really move on exits and they can't really move on signings. However, they can. Brandon Williams is not an international. Dean Henderson is not an international. Eric Bailly, Alex Tellez, they've been on loan all season. I mean, are we not sorting things out with them? Or they will be later I think they'll be August sort of deals. But I just think we need, if we have waited for the transfer window to open and that's why the bid's gone in today, great. But we do need to move a little bit quicker because my concern is as well, you've got Chelsea dealing with Man City for Kovacic, with Arsenal for Havertz and Manchester United for Mount. Trust me, it's in our interest not to be last on that because if they get money for Kovacic and Man City get a good deal and Arsenal get a good deal with Havertz, With Man United, they'll be less inclined to just do a good deal. They'll be like, well, we've got money in. We sort of want to keep Mason Mount. 80 million. So we've got to be we've got to be quick and we've got to be efficient here. You can't pay any more than 55. The 40 million offer is way too low. They're not going to accept it. You can be too low as stupid as well. Like some people are saying, I think it's a sign of positivity that we're playing hard bargain here. But you can go in too low that you piss people off. Like we've got to go in realistically low, and I think 40 million is way too low. But there'll be another bid coming in. I mean, God, we could have offered 25 plus 15 in add-ons, which totals 40. We don't know what we've done there, but there are indicators in the market that might help us. Look, Alexi McAllister went for less than 40, 35 million. Jude Bellingham's just gone for 90 million with add-ons, and he didn't have 1 year left on his contract. So there's a lot of things to point at, but sometimes club will say, I don't care what the neighbours are doing. This is what we're doing. And yeah, look, the big thing for me is, and I did want to mention this as well, the big thing for me is that people will say, well, you know what, we don't even need Mason Mount. Listen to what Andy Cole says and Gary Neville says. We don't even need Mason Mount. Well, we do, because Eriksen may be on the decline. Eriksen might be, well, has already shown this season that there is an issue. So I think we do need Mason Mount. We definitely do. And I think if we don't get him, then the choice that Erik ten Hag goes for will not be the player that he does want to get. So yeah, I do think we need to go and get Mason Mount, and I think United will continue to do it. I also think one of the big things here that doesn't get mentioned enough is that we have a player here that really does want to come to Manchester United. Obviously, there's interest from Liverpool. I think Liverpool thought they were going to get Mount, actually. But he wants to come to Manchester United. And that's quite rare that we go for a player that other clubs want, big clubs. You know, last year Brentford wanted Eriksen and we did, and we won. Obviously, Martinez, Arsenal wanted him and we won. So in this case, Liverpool want him. I think Arsenal were interested. And it looks like we've won in relation to what the player wants. So, look, I hope we can get it done quickly. I know it's not the razzmatazz signing that everybody wants, but I think it's a significant signing because it's what Erik ten Hag wants, and he has to be rewarded. Anyway, I'm back at 8 o'clock with the live show. Just a quick reaction to the bid that has officially gone in, £40 million. Get your comments in below. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe, and I'll see you live at 8 o'clock.